The Guiding Light of Hope, a deeper dive into Liverpool's pioneering school for the blind. Imagine Liverpool at the close of the 18th century. It was a city caught in the throes of transformative change. The docks hummed with the ceaseless activity of global trade, expanding rapidly as ships from every corner of the world brought wealth and opportunity. The Industrial Revolution was gaining furious momentum, powering factories and drawing people from far and wide into the burgeoning urban sprawl. Yet beneath this veneer of progress and ambition, a profound and largely unaddressed human tragedy persisted: the widespread neglect of those living with blindness. For individuals who lost their sight in this era, life was often synonymous with destitution, profound dependence, and heartbreaking social exclusion. There were virtually no formalized systems for education or training. They were largely invisible to society, often relegated to begging on the streets or, if fortunate, receiving sporadic charity. More commonly, they faced the grim reality of the workhouse, where their human potential withered in idleness and despair. Their intelligence, their capacity for learning, and their inherent dignity were tragically overlooked. It was against this bleak backdrop of widespread neglect and societal apathy that a truly remarkable and compassionate movement began to stir in Liverpool, largely ignited by the vision and unwavering determination of one extraordinary individual, Edward Rushton. Born in Liverpool in 1756, Rushton's early life was intimately tied to the city's maritime pulse. He went to sea as a young man, a common path for Liverpudlians seeking adventure and fortune. However, it was during a harrowing voyage to the West Indies, working on a slave ship, that a personal catastrophe would irrevocably alter his life's trajectory. Amidst the brutal conditions and the suffering of the enslaved Africans, Rushton contracted a severe eye infection, leading to his own blindness. This profound personal darkness, rather than crushing his spirit, ignited within him an unshakable resolve to fight for the rights and dignity of others, particularly those who shared his affliction. Rushton was a man of fierce principles and sharp intellect. Despite his blindness, he forged a successful career as a poet and writer, using his eloquent words to champion radical causes. He became a passionate and outspoken advocate for the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade, a deeply unpopular stance in a city whose wealth was so heavily dependent on this abhorrent commerce. His own lived experience of blindness, combined with his unwavering commitment to social justice, made him uniquely sensitive to the suffering and untapped potential of blind individuals. He simply could not accept that blindness automatically condemned someone to a life devoid of purpose or independence. Driven by this profound conviction, Rushton began to tirelessly advocate for the establishment of a formal institution that would provide education and training for the blind. He gathered support from a small but dedicated circle of fellow philanthropists. Among them was the musician John Christie, who was also blind, and the prominent abolitionist William Roscoe, whose shared ideals with Rushton solidified the burgeoning movement. Together, they laid the essential groundwork for what would become a truly revolutionary establishment. On February 4, 1791, their shared vision materialized with the official opening of the Liverpool Asylum for the Blind. While sometimes referred to as the Liverpool School for the Indigent Blind, its original, more evocative name, Asylum, conveyed a place of refuge, safety, and rehabilitation, a far cry from the modern connotations of the word. Initially housed in two modest lodging houses on Commutation Row, this was no mere benevolent almshouse designed simply to provide shelter. It was conceived as a dynamic school, a pioneering institution dedicated to active learning and empowerment. Its significance cannot be overstated. It was the first institution of its kind in Great Britain. Globally, only the Institut National des Jeunes Aveugles in Paris, founded in 1785, preceded it, firmly placing Liverpool at the forefront of social welfare innovation. Crucially, it holds the distinction of being the first school for the blind in the world to be founded by a blind person, Edward Rushton himself, and to offer education and vocational training to blind adults as well as children. The curriculum at the Liverpool Asylum for the Blind was remarkably progressive for its time. Formal education for the blind was virtually non-existent, and the groundbreaking Braille system wouldn't be invented by Louis Braille until the 1820s. Yet the asylum's dedicated teachers devised ingenious methods to teach literacy, Students learned to read through tactile means, meticulously tracing raised letters with their fingertips, a crucial step towards independent learning and communication that opened up vast new worlds for them. Beyond literacy, a significant emphasis was placed on music. Music was not merely seen as an enjoyable pastime. It was recognized as a valuable vocational skill that blind individuals could excel at. Many students became accomplished musicians, some even performing publicly and contributing to the school's fundraising efforts, further integrating them into society. This focus not only provided a creative outlet, but also a tangible pathway to professional employment. Perhaps most revolutionary was the asylum's profound commitment to vocational training. The goal was clear: to equip students with practical, marketable skills that would enable them to earn a living and avoid the destitution that so often plagued blind individuals. The workshops at the asylum buzzed with purposeful activity. Students were taught a range of practical crafts, including basket weaving, a highly valued and adaptable skill, producing durable goods for everyday use; mat making, crafting various types of mats from materials like straw and rope; spinning, producing yarn and thread, allowing participation in the booming textile industry. The profound success of the Liverpool Asylum for the Blind quickly garnered national recognition. Its innovative model, which tangibly demonstrated that blind individuals could be educated, trained, and become self-sufficient, served as a powerful blueprint for others. Institutions soon followed suit across Britain, with schools established in London, Bristol, and Edinburgh, all drawing inspiration from Liverpool's pioneering work. This initiative fundamentally shifted societal perceptions of what was possible for the visually impaired, moving away from pity and towards empowerment. Over the centuries, the school continuously evolved, adapting to new educational philosophies and technological advancements, including the eventual adoption of Braille. It relocated several times as it grew, moving from its initial lodging houses to a purpose-built structure on London Road in 1800, then to a grand neoclassical building on Hardman Street in 1851, and eventually to a dedicated children's building in Wavertree in 1898. A branch of the Royal School for the Blind continues to operate in the city to this day. Its significance was even acknowledged by royalty. In 1806, the Prince of Wales, later King George IV, and the Duke of Clarence, later King William IV, visited the school, met with pupils, and inspected their manufactured goods, bestowing the royal patronage that ultimately led to its prestigious renaming as the Royal School for the Blind. The Liverpool Asylum for the Blind stands as a profound testament to Liverpool's truly unique historical character. Beyond its celebrated achievements in global commerce, engineering marvels, and cultural explosions, it reveals a city with a deep-seated commitment to social progress and human dignity. It is a story not just of industrial innovation and economic might, but of profound compassion and a pioneering spirit that sought to bring light to those living in darkness, ultimately shaping the landscape of disability support and education far beyond the city's own bustling boundaries.